Number 12. Podcast number 12. That's a dozen eggs, isn't it? What's a baker's dozen? 13?
What? 6.
A baker's dozen. No. Right, we're back. We've got from coming live from Indonesia, Thomas Mcnaught. As to see it full time I've known Tam. There's always been like a trail of wetness behind him, and he's still got it right there. You see that? Right behind
Trail
him.
of wetness?
Aye, just all the birds chasing you, the handsome devil.
Jesus Christ.
Right, I'll do a bit of housekeeping before we get going and we get into the wonderful life of Thomas Mcnaught. Stevie Robertson didn't message Gav the other day. He's been listening to every single podcast, so he must have, he's done something like, what's that, 13, 14 hours worth of content, Gav?
Is that right? Aye. Is it no more than that?
I'd say more than that, actually. Aye. I didn't do the math before I came on, because that would be doing homework and I don't like it. But aye, Stephen Robertson, Aye.
Another FPL.
Aye, another FPL. Full podcast listener.
That's what he said to me as well. Get a new FPL. So it's true that he does actually listen to it and not just say that.
It is. Aye. We've nearly got a start in 11.
I know. We started after a 5 team, then we've got a 4
11 team, mate.
Maybe a bit difficult for Tam to get here though. But
I remember
we also said to Curtis last night, so Curtis was our last guest, and he was the first sort of person outside the UK, but you've just totally outdone him, eh?
Aye. He's Northern Irish, he's in Northern Ireland. And,
I thought Curtis was a Russian guy for some reason that you guys were telling me about. I don't know why I had that in my head.
You kidding
me? I don't know. I thought there was some Russian guy who you were telling me about. I thought that's who that was, Curtis, but obviously I was wrong.
Thanks for coming on, Tam, mate. Appreciate it.
I know.
Thanks for asking.
No, mate, not at all, man. You get some right good stories. You've not been in this country for a long time, in a right few years. I had it written down here somewhere, but I can't. 2017.
Yeah.
All right.
So we can go back. We can go back and talk about your life and growing up in Glasgow and how travelling came about and how we met as well.
Yeah.
And then we can get right into you growing up as a
grown up. I'd like to say I'm not fully grown up yet, to be honest. I think I still got a few years. I got a few years left.
You've not got any youth about you, really, Jake.
Oh, come on, man! I'm still youthful. I'm still looking good.
Is that a tattoo in your pinky? Yeah,
a triangle. That's what it
nice.
Is.
It's the strongest shape in the world, isn't it?
That was a drunken story as well. How I got that on.
Good. We'll come on to that later on then.
Right.
So, have you always lived in Drumchapel, Tam?
Yeah, always in Drumchapel. Stayed in Barncurk. I don't know if anyone knows that who's listening to this, but it's in Drumchapel, I suppose, right in the centre of Drumchapel, just to have a kin phone. So stayed there, and then I moved to a little place just down for that called Summerhill. So I've always stayed in Drumchapel, yeah, until 2017 at least.
And you made a massive move, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
What did you find? How did you find it growing up in Drumchapel? Because you went through a few phases there, like you were a maddie, and then you were a rock star, and now you're a nomad.
I want to be a rock star. I thought it was fine. I think, as you probably know as well, like even growing up in Glasgow, you've got to have a bit of wits about you, I suppose is the right word, because the second you let somebody get to you, it can either end in two ways. You either fight with them or you're called something. Do you know what I mean? You're put down off of someone. So you need to be a bit tough. And I suppose I was growing up with the right people in that sense. It's a bit streetwise. Through high school, like I was one of these guys who was out with all the people who was drinking and stuff like that at one point. Like the Neds, I suppose you would call them. Getting side at the weekends and stuff like that. I never really drank a lot, to be honest, but I was in that crowd for a while. And then I just managed to break away from it and started playing in bands with like people from school, like Jordan and Ferry and stuff like that. And kind of went
in the band with them?
I was. I was a singer and guitar.
Some would say he was the band sometimes.
I'm the rock star.
I remember I downloaded one of the songs on Apple Music when Kenny was telling me about it.
Really? Did you pay for it?
Aye.
I need to check to see if we're getting royalties for that. It's like 40 pence or something to get back. I don't know what's happened to all of that stuff. I don't know.
You forgot the logins for that as well?
That's all gone. Sitting there with $2 million in it or something like that, you know what I mean?
Bet you it is, man. Bet you're bigging like some Kenyan cunt, like somewhere in Kenya. Like there's a wee town just pumping out your land fumes and So, obviously, like you said, you went through school and you had a wee phase of your head and blah, blah, X, Y, Z. So how did you come about being a spark?
So, it was kind of... Sorry, on you go.
No, I was going to say, is that, you know, that way, like your old man, like, you need to get a trade, and I feel like a lot of people in Glasgow, like, you need to have a trade behind you. Everybody's got a trade. Is that what it was?
That was exactly what it was, to be honest, exactly. I was, as I said, I was into music. I kind of grew my hair out long and stuff like that, and I was like, I'm going to make it as a musician. I was quite shit, to be honest, but everyone's got a dream at one point. But no, it's the truth. I know the truth. So we were at the start we weren't that good, but we eventually got some popularity in the band and stuff like that. But at the start, when before I even done my trade, I'm talking about, I spoke to my mum and dad, and I was like, in school I kind of excelled in creative stuff, so like drawing and art and music, but I was kind of bad at the academic stuff. Not bad, I was just not.
Well, your strong point.
It wasn't a strong point, like English and stuff like that. I was good at math. But other than that, like all the creative stuff, I was getting A's in, like higher music and stuff like that. And I was like, I can try and do something with my higher music. And that's where I get into the music. And I actually remember the exact day I said to my mum and dad, like, I want to go and be like a sound engineer, sitting in the living room with
Oh, really?
I remember it. And they're like, my mum's like, listen, my dad was in bands as well. Actually, it was my dad that got me into music. He's like, listen, there's no money to be made in music, so what we want you to do is get a trade, and then from that, if you want to go to music after that, you can go and do that. But if you're living under this roof, blah blah blah, you need to get a trade. It wasn't really as strict as that, but that was kind of the line it did. And to be honest, it was probably one of the best guiding decisions that somebody's ever gave me. That trade changed my life, to be honest.
I think it's also even like football players and stuff like that, when they're playing football now, they're being told any sport, any high-end sport, American football players that go to uni and stuff, they're all getting like big degrees and that behind them as well. So I think it's the best advice you can give anybody if you want to.
Pretty much.
That's exactly what it is, mate. Because there's very few people who are in music forever.
100%. And like you're saying, like people like, I don't really know, but like Lewis Capaldi, everybody knows who he is. Like they play his songs constantly in Indonesia and Bali. They play them constantly, and apparently he's still living with his parents. That just shows you, like, do you know what I mean? That just shows you like the sort of he's been number one all over the world now. I don't know how much money the guy's got, but if you're still living with your parents and you're number one in the USA, something's not going.
Somebody's taking all his money.
Well, he said takes quite a while to come through to get all your checks and stuff like that, because they're kind of
royalties.
That's so everybody else can use it and try and make money in some other way into it. But he done a half an hour TikTok thing not long ago for the British Red Cross and raised 50 grand in half an hour.
Jesus
You must be like that. How do I get myself to kind of?
I think he's probably worth a shit ton of money now, to be honest. I think he is. But like,
it was only a few weeks ago. It was only a few weeks ago he done that TikTok. I was saying he's not buying a house during lockdown, is he? Anyway.
See with your spark, was that when you left school? Did you do an apprenticeship or something like that?
Yeah, it is. I actually got my apprenticeship before I left school, so that was kind of bad in the sense where I knew when I was going into my exams I had a job, so I didn't even really care about my exams either, to be honest. I'm saying it's bad, but I don't think it was bad. Again, I still think it's probably the best decision I've ever made. I'd rather have done that than going to university and stuff like that and waste years of my time. I mean, everybody looks at that stuff differently. That's just the way I look at it. Some people love to go to that stuff, and that's fair enough to do. So that's what
everything you've done's led you to where you're now, and you're doing well now. So kind of the path you've took. That's the way you need. That's the positive way of looking at it. Because I'm not doing great. I'm not living in Indonesia, because whispers fly about Glasgow about you, Thomas, about you being some secret millionaire and stuff like that. So maybe not doing that well, but
I'm not
homeless. So I'd like to think I'm not homeless, so I'm doing okay at life. So
No homeless.
Yeah, that's right. So you're doing
Everyone's
your
got-
Spark.
Yeah.
Sorry, on you go. Everybody's got their own path.
No, I was going to say everybody's got their own definition of happiness and success. That's what I'd say to that. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
So one
Gav's
person's
just
happiness
left
is
us.
Gav's gone. He's not happy.
Gav's had it. She's not happy.
Oh, sorry.
He's taking his own path.
My next door neighbours are out with their kids in the paddling pool and stuff, so it was getting a bit noisy. So
Yeah.
we sort of shut the window. Sorry.
What I was going to say there, so you're doing your Spark qualification, you're getting that, your trade, and you've started. Is this when you'd already started the band before you left school? You were doing the band in school. You were in Clydebank Post, weren't you, when you were still at school?
Yeah, we started the band in school. I was probably like near the end of my school when we were getting into gigging and stuff like that, because we were still. I remember I'm sure we were playing gigs while we were underage. I'm sure we were, and it was like we were going into these clubs. I'm sure we were doing that. It was that long ago now, but I'm sure we were doing stuff like that. And then during school, during school we were doing gigs, and people from school were coming to see us, so we were getting quite a big crowd following us at that point. And then when you leave school, like nobody comes to see you. It's like you've got like 3 people there, and I think that happens to a lot of bands, is like bands who come from schools and shit like that. That's what I've noticed. So once you leave school, like nobody comes to see you anymore, and we just kept. I suppose. I know I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed music. I still enjoy it. That's probably one of the biggest things that I miss for Scotland, is to be honest, is playing music. But that's what we done. So after school, we kept doing it, and we done it for years after school.
So how did you meet then? Did you go to school together? Obviously,
yeah.
Me and Tam didn't, but the band did. The band met at school.
Oh yeah.
Because you're a year older than Jordan and Ferry, aren't you? You're a year older than them.
No, exact same age. Yeah, exact same age.
Oh, just a wise soul then.
What's that?
Just a wise soul.
Just a wise soul.
How did you two meet then?
Me and Kenny.
Through Jordan, right?
No, you and Kenny. Tam and Kenny. Yeah.
I can't even remember. How did we meet, to be honest?
I think it was just through Jordan. I think we needed numbers for sevens, if that's it. And you came and played. No, you were good. You had your
I came and tried to play football.
No. You know, get people at football that get out the ball, just falls at their feet, and they manage to pull something off, and then the way they kick the ball is alien, and it just goes in like tap in. Tam had that bit about him that he's managing to score goals, and
unorthodox.
Unorthodox approach to the sport.
I was quite terrible at football, to be honest. That was probably one thing I never really could get good at. I played for a football team for a while. Clydebank Boys Club, I think it was. Is that how it was? Clydebank Boys Club. I played for them. I got a medal actually as well. Played for them.
Did you?
I was shite though, man. I was terrible.
Where did you get most improved player?
No, we won something. I think we won a league or something like that, or something like that. And I was just like, we won one of these leagues.
We won a top league in Spanish division. What a big silver thing with years.
And I remember, I was out practicing. I'm like, I need to get better. At this. And I was out playing against the wall with myself, but I was trying to get my left foot better. I'm like, I need to get better, and then I volleyed the curb and I broke my fucking toe and I never went back.
Music's probably your thing after that, innit? Yes, you would think.
I get asked to hand my strip back and that. I'm like, I'm not coming back.
Aye.
Maybe you saying your dad and stuff was into music. Was that how you started learning the guitar and stuff like that? Did he teach you, or did you just kind of?
Aye, that's exactly. He played drums in a band. Right. My dad. So when I was younger, like I was not into music, nothing. I was the sort of guy in school who would laugh at the guy who plays guitar. So that was really what I was like. I was the arsehole who would say, I'd be the arsehole who would be like, oh, wait, what you playing that for? Do you know what I mean? And I remember my dad used to go into the studios every week, and he would say to me to come up with him. So I would go with him, and it would be like 9 to 12 they would do, because they're all working guys at this point, like 30-year-olds.
9 at night to 12.
9 at night to 12
a.m.
12 a.m. Yeah. So I would go.
Wow.
I'd go to that. Yeah. I was younger, probably 10, age 10 to like 12, 15 or something like that sort of period. And I used to literally love. I loved watching my dad play the drums for some reason. I thought it was just cool that he could do that shit. And I'd be like, my dad's playing the drums, and then I never thought I'd get into it. And the guitarist, who's Tony Darcy, who I think Kenny knows. You know Tony Darcy?
Aye. He still goes to Kieran's gigs and that.
Aye, he basically came into my house to teach my sister how to play guitar. He was going to teach my young sister how to play guitar. And I came in and this is a story that I remember. Whether or not this is 100% factual is a lot of shite or not. He was playing the guitar with my sister and he's like, why don't you get a try? And I'm like, nah, I'm not interested. And he's like, come on, just try it. And the song that they were trying to learn was Hey Ya, you know, the Outcast song.
Aye.
That was the song. That's when. So if whenever that song came out, that's when I started playing guitar. I don't know the exact date that was, but that's when it came out. And they were trying to play that, and then I was just useless. And then he's like, I heard him saying to my dad, he'll never be able to play guitar. He's got two left hands, and he's not going to be able to play it. And I'm like, as soon as someone tells me you can't do something, I'm going to put all my effort in to prove somebody wrong.
So was it just a pure spite?
It was just I wanted to kind of prove somebody wrong that I could learn something, and from that week he came back the next week to teach my sister, like the following week, and then I had learned Hey Ya. I had learned it, and I was like, "Watch this, give me the guitar, bam, bam, bam." Played Hey Ya, and he's like, "Oh fuck, that's quite good actually." And then from that he started teaching me, and that's how I played guitar. He started teaching me, but I was only getting lessons for like maybe, I don't know, a few months or something like that, and then I kind of taught myself. I kind of took it to the next level, and then I done guitar in school and stuff like that as well. So I was doing that. I done guitar and singing in school, which is, I didn't really want to do singing, but because I was in the band singing, I'm like, it makes sense to try and improve myself on that.
Develop it.
I know people would laugh at me if you go, "Oh, you singing music?" That's what I felt like. I'm like, oh, who cares?
Yeah, I was the exact same as well, because I done music in school, and my brother played the guitar, and he was brilliant, but I don't know what it was. It was this sort of weird thing that I was like, I ended up playing the drums in school because I thought it was cooler. But then now, I've never ever played the drums since I left school.
That's mad.
I thought the drums are cooler as well.
Music, Kev.
Was that mate?
I never knew you done music and played the drums.
Music in school.
That's how I started.
That was in 2003. Yeah.
2003, is that when it came out?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So what age would I be? 13. So that's when 13 was when I started playing the guitar.
There you go.
So that was great.
Is there an age to start learning it, or can you just learn it whatever? Because it's a big instrument, isn't it? Like you would think, or do you get smaller guitars for people to play, for kids?
It was one of those little, do you know how, like, if you go to music, if in the music schools, like one of these little wooden guitars with the nylon strings? It was one of them, but it was pink, so it was my sister's.
Oh, right.
That was the first. That was the first guitar I ever played on. Was a pink, like, fucking plastic acoustic thing.
Did she just not learn the guitar after that week? Because you were really good at it. I've had enough.
I just embarrassed her. I was the talent of the family at that point. No, I don't know what happened to her actually. She still had that guitar in her room, but I think I became obsessed with it. I was really obsessed with playing the guitar at one point. Like always. Like every day I would play it. I'd go to school, I'd play it in my lunch break. I'd then come home and I'd play it all night. My mum and dad would tell me to shut the fuck up. Like knocking on the room door, stop playing that guitar at this time at night. That's genuinely what I was like. I became so obsessed. So
that's a healthy way to be though. If you really enjoy something in it, that's how you get better at something. Repetition in it.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was. Why I enjoyed it. I just enjoyed it for some reason. So.
I think it's when you start to see progress. So I never started trying to play it properly until about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then I became that sort of way, like totally obsessed. And whereas like I'd come in for work and my missus would be like, "No again," like, "No, you can't." You know what I mean? That time we were saving for this house, so we were staying with my mum. So I used to wait until she would go into the living room, like to have dinner, and I'd go into the room so I could get a bit of time to play it. But see when you start to see a bit of progression, I think it's when you get something, you get so excited and you're like, "Oh, brilliant!" And I think that's what it is.
That's I agree with you. It's like, and I think it's fun. It's good as well when you can start playing songs that you like. That's what I noticed. Like, see, you're like, I can play that, and you're like, okay, and then you start playing it, and then that's what I liked. And then you start making your own wee songs here and there, and start putting stuff together.
So see all the songs that you've done with the band. Who wrote them? Was it a kind of joint effort? Or?
I would say it's a joint effort. Sometimes the full, I could write some of the full songs sometimes. Right. But I think the way that we wrote music as a band was we would just mess about in the studios. I think that's how the best songs came about. Like Jordan Murray is one of my close mates. He's a very talented drummer, very, very talented. And like everyone knew that at the start. I knew that from the start. He was very talented in the drums. Ferry was good on the bass as well, but I just thought maybe Ferry wasn't with the same commitment as me and Jordan were at one point. That's what I felt, at least. I don't know if I was right or wrong in that. I felt the two of them weren't as committed to me, as committed to the band as what I was actually at one point, to be honest. But that's how we wrote songs. We were always in the band, in the studios. And then what would happen is I actually never really wrote down words. I always just came up with shit on the top of my head, and then I would sometimes write it down until we recorded something. And then when we recorded it, I'd say, right, that's the final words, now I need to remember it. Which is kind of a lazy way of doing it.
Right. But that's like Jay-Z, innit? He doesn't write lyrics down, he just remembers songs. He doesn't actually write anything down, because when he was a wee kid, somebody stole his lyrics, and for that, then on, he just never ever... Aye. So that was your process for writing. Did you see at school, did you ever get taught how to write music, like how to come up with words? No, is it not something they just teach you how to sing? They don't teach you how to be creative and write songs?
The singing, like, I see what you've just said there. I think that's kind of a flaw in like teaching music. I think it's very hard to teach somebody to become creative. I think it's hard.
I think it's something you've maybe got, or or you can work hard on, but
you can like over time you can probably become more creative the more you learn something, I would say. Do you know what I mean? Like for example, I bet when you started this podcast you were probably a bit shaky and maybe a bit uncomfortable in certain areas, but as you get to number 12 now, you're feeling more comfortable in your skin. Stuff's starting to become more easy. So it's the same with like guitar. That's what I feel anyway.
Definitely, it's probably similar to, well, probably on a bigger scale, obviously, but see, playing in front of a live sort of audience, was that a bit? Do you remember the first time you done it? Were you petrified or?
I was. I'm still up. I still get scared.
Do you still get scared?
It scares me. It still scares me thinking about it, to be honest. I mean, I think that's part of the excitement if you're playing in front of a live crowd.
What was it I was listening to? I think I was listening to Tony Robbins, and he said he had like who's the boss, the American guy? What's his name? Bruce Springsteen.
Oh yeah, Bruce Springsteen. Yeah.
He had him, and he spoke to him. What's it like before you go on stage? He says he gets excited, and it's. I've said this before, haven't I, Kev? I'm sure I've said this before. And he had another person who wasn't that big an artist, and she gets petrified. But the chemical makeup of both feelings is the exact same. It's what you choose for it to be. If you choose for it to be excitement or like fear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a kind of mix of that as well. Like I did enjoy playing it live, but the thing that always scared me is if something goes wrong. Not in the talent. Like for example, I've played gigs where big gigs, like we sold at King Tut's with another band once, and that was like kind of when we were at our peak in Elan Few, at least when Elan Few was kind of getting quite popular at that time. I don't want to say we were really popular, but we were starting to sell out shows.
You were selling out gigs. You had merch and stuff like that. You had t-shirts and all that. So we played a gig in King Tut's, and we were actually supporting the band, but we sold the majority of the tickets. So we basically, and King Tut's ripped us a new arsehole. To be honest, they basically scammed us at like £450 or something like that. And we played the show and sold all the tickets and everything else, but that's a different story. But I remember when I went on stage, the first hit in my guitar, my top 3 strings snapped, all 3 of them. And it was the reason that happened was because I restrung my guitar before it. And because of the stage is so hot, that the strings became really loose and stuff. And as soon as I hit it, they just ping, all 3 of them. And it was so bad. And see, when you start a gig like that, it's like game over. You're just trying to correct yourself. You don't know how to come back from that. That's mad, isn't it?
Did you like backup equipment and stuff like that, I take it?
Well, that time we never. So I was luckily I had one of the other bands come and give me a guitar. Luckily,
wow.
But it's so awkward. Imagine 300 people in front of you, and like and when there's only 3 people in the band, like the 3 of you are doing a lot. There's the three of us are doing a lot. It's not like another guitarist can cover it or something like that. It's like it's three of us. So my guitar fills it a lot. I use a lot of effects pedals when I play live.
Right.
So like my guitar filled out a big space, and like that as soon as that happens, it's so fucking scary. You just feel every eyeball on you, and it's like it's hard to explain. So that's what.
Everybody's looking for something, and you're like, well.
Exactly. I'm just trying to make it. I'm trying to make it sound good. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make it, and it just sounds a disaster, and I know it sounds bad. So
see, when you were playing for a young age, before you could drink.
Yeah.
How did you overcome? I'm not saying drink helped you overcome that kind of fear and excitement, but it tends to relax people, doesn't it? And did you feel once you hit 18 and having a few drinks before it settled you a lot, or did you feel it was just the natural thing to do because you're in a night out really, aren't you? And it's all about you when you're on the stage, but you're still there to enjoy yourself. And did that help you, or did it?
I think I bet it would help me. I would not drink. I remember one time I got really drunk, played a gig, and it was a disaster.
The bottom of town? What was the name of that place?
It was called Pivo. That was the name of it. It's no longer there. Pivo. And me, Jordan, and Ferry, I think three of us may have been drunk, but I know I was definitely the drunkest, and I fell through the drum kit. Thinking I'm a rock star, you know what I mean? I'm nothing. I'm just a fucking loser who thinks he's cool.
Just enjoying yourself.
Falling through the drums. I know, but like at the times, if you concentrate on doing it right, you're probably going to have a bit more success. You know what I mean? And like,
definitely. Right. So, like you're saying, you've mentioned King Tut's there and Pivo. So, what was the favourite gig you've ever played? Was it King Tut's, or was it that horrible memory stuck with you?
I don't know, man. We played quite a few. I think my favourite gig. I mean, I've been in 3 different bands now. I was in Ghost Alaska, and then I was in the latest one. We played a gig with Jordan and Lewis. And I actually feel like they were the 2 strongest bands that we ever played in. Like musically, like I felt like everything we were doing was really, really good music. Like really good. I thought it's better than most bands that you hear. But it was the kind of like we were just making the music because we wanted to just enjoy it. And the real reason we were doing live gigs was because we just wanted to show what we were doing to people. There was none the same feeling as before, as where I can make this, or everyone might love me. You know what I mean? Or I'm the best band in town. But I kind of get over that. And that was what I was like before in the first band. I was always like, I can be better than these people. I'm better than this person. And then you think, as you get older, you feel, why do you think like that? You know what I mean?
No, but I think it's good to think that, because you're comparing yourself against the best people out there, aren't you? Like, and whatever the music you were listening to was you used to listen to Twin Atlantic, didn't you? What else were you listening to at the time? Biffy Clyro.
Everything.
I suppose you used to listen to.
I listen to everything. Everything. Like I loved a lot of older music as well. 90s bands like Pearl Jam, REM in the 80s, like all that stuff. I kind of like U2 and stuff.
Did you used to give Ed Sheeran a lot of stick? Did I remember? Am I right in saying that?
I didn't like it. I mean, he's a talented songwriter. You can't fault the guy, to be honest. He's a very talented songwriter, but just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? I've learned to over the last, because I do listen to everything. Like, genuinely listen to everything now.
You still post a lot, like in your Facebook and your Instagram, about music you listen to, didn't you? Music's
one of my biggest things that I still do. Like every day, even in the gym, when I go to the gym, I listen to music. Even when I'm working, I listen to music. And sometimes before I go to bed, I just put my good headphones on and just listen to music. That's what I do, to be honest. Yeah.
I think it's like a hobby, and because you're looking for different types of music, and you're looking for inspiration. Are you still writing songs? I know you said just before we came on you've not picked up a guitar in a year.
I've not wrote a song. I've not wrote a song in years.
I remember. It was just I was starting to get to know Tam, and I was kind of getting a bit with Tam, Ferry, and Jordan a wee bit, and went out for dinner one night, and Tam had this red A4, like a folder with type to like college or something like that. I didn't really know him well enough to go, what's that? And I said to Jordan, what's Tam got that for? And he says, just in case like some music pops into his head or some lyrics coming in, he can write like quotes and stuff like that to create songs. I'm like, that's mad. I can't even fathom the process of writing a song. Like, till to this day, I still don't understand how people can do it. Like, I don't.
Tam, you think, like, see if you put pressure on yourself to write a song, you're never going to write one. Whereas if you just, like you say, just sit and messing about, is that when you come up with your best stuff, do you think?
Definitely the second one. If you're sitting about and you're just playing, I found that that's always the best songs. I have wrote songs where I've sat down and said, right, I'm going to write a song. One of the last songs that we recorded was called Young. It's a song called Young. I think it's still on Spotify or SoundCloud or something like that. And we never really, that was the last song that we recorded, but we were going to release, but then we broke up as a band, so we never released it. But that song, I came home at like 4 o'clock in the morning or something after being out on the bevy in town, and wrote that song with my trousers halfway at my ankles, trying to get undressed. You know what I mean? We had probably probably had chips and curry down the side of me and all that shit, and started playing guitar. And then I wrote that song called Young. And it was I like that song. I really like that song. We ended up recording it, so that was like that one. But then like other ones, I think the best songs come from just messing about personally.
Right.
Do you feel that when you're saying your best stuff came with Ghost Alaska at the end, is that because you were kind of more free and there was, like you're saying, there was no pressure, you weren't comparing yourself to anybody, you were just getting in, enjoying it, enjoying the process, as opposed to looking at the end goal, you're just enjoying working through things?
It wasn't Ghost Alaska. It was like we called ourselves Vice. We called ourselves Vices. Ghost Alaska was before Vices, but they were. I thought they were musically good.
Ghost Alaska, you weren't the front man, but you know, was another guy.
No, I was.
Who was the band you played with? Too many bands.
That was Polaris. They asked me to play their guitarist. They just asked me to play guitar for them, and I done that for a while. And I was kind of missing the singing, so I was like, I said to them, I'm going to leave, and then they said they didn't want me to leave, and then that turned into a big hiccup, and I looked at the arsehole.
Who was the front man?
The front man thought I wanted to kick him out, which I never. It was never the case. I never had anything against the guy. I just wanted to go and do my own thing again and be a singer. Never thought they were bad guys, any of them. And then ended up we turned into Ghost Alaska. But then after Ghost Alaska was Vices, this is probably sounding so confusing to people if anybody's listening.
No, Gav's with us, isn't you, Gav? You understand it. If you know that you're daft, but I can follow it because I can remember it. Like the gigs, I just get mixed up with your Ghost Alaska and Vices because I was obviously being nosy, and you done all your footage. You done all the footage for the videos for Vices, didn't you? With your drone stuff like that. Aye.
Yeah. That was just again, I enjoy doing stuff like that. I just enjoy making shit like that, like making creative stuff like YouTube. But I had a YouTube channel as well. I done a vlog and stuff like that.
You did, aye. Do you still know? Well, I had a look. I've seen you've not done it in a while, but
yeah, I've got some footage. I've got so much footage of that stuff as well. I don't know. I just got more into my business stuff, I suppose, and just focused on that.
Aye, we'll come on to that once we figure out why you went travelling. What made you flee the country?
I don't know. I remember 2007. I don't want to say it was because I broke up with somebody, because it technically wasn't. I felt like I was free. I was in a relationship at that before I done it, and I wanted to leave. And I had bought a house. I had a car. Everything was just kind of good. Do you know what I mean? I had money there. I had bought the house that I wanted, or the flat. It was not a house, it's a flat. I had somewhere to stay. I'd moved out with my mum and dad, and like I was just working. I was like, probably like a good 6 months to a year went by, and I'm like, this just is boring me now. It's like, this is not how I've seen guys on. I worked on building sites, obviously. Seeing old guys on building sites, and I'm like, I can't imagine like just staying on this path to be like that. That kind of frightens me. Not reaching out for anything more. That's what probably is one of the biggest drivers in my motives. It's like staying on the same path and like not doing anything when I've got the chance. So that kind of scares me, and that's why I remember working with a guy, brilliant guy, and it was thanks to Ferry. I actually was in the office. I worked in the office for a while, so I was inside. I came off of the tools, and then I went back to the tools thanks to Ferry giving me a job. And I met a guy on site, and his name was Ryan. And he's like, I says, I'm thinking about going, and he just went like that to me one day. Book the flight. He says, you don't shut the fuck up about it. Book the flight. And I'm like, because I'm telling him prices and stuff like that on my lunch break. He's like, book it and stop being a shite bag. And I'm like, all right. And I've done it, man. I remember the day. I remember it so clear. I remember where I was. I remember how I was working. I remember what I was doing. And I booked an Etihad flight, £435.
That's a pure Glasgow sort of culture, isn't it? Like, Right, book it, man.
Shite
Shite
it,
bag
shite
if you
bag if you
don't.
don't. That's exactly what it's like.
Anything?
So basically, that basically changed my life by someone saying shite bag if you don't.
Aye. My latest shite bag, well, one I remember clearly was when I was on a stag do in Liverpool, and we'd all come back to the room, and we were all just being wee guys. We turned into being wee guys. I'm like, I'm pure bursting for a toilet, and one of the guys went, just pissing his leg. I went, no. He went, shite bag if you don't. And I was like, I was chasing him about the room, like, come here. But it's not changed my life, and I never done it. I'm still a shite bag.
Where was it you booked the flight to?
Bangkok was the first place I went. And then from that, I just started adding other places on. And the flight was actually a return flight.
Right.
So it was a return flight that I had originally booked. So I booked it for December the 11th was the day I left, and the return date was February I want to say the 16th, roughly, because my mum's birthday was the 20th. So I thought I was going to be back for my mum's birthday, and then I just never came back. I just ditched the last flight.
What happened with you? So you said you'd bought a flat and stuff like that. Did you just sell it, or did you? No, did you just
I rented it. Out. So I had a car. I remember with Kenny as well. Kenny helped me. Kenny was actually supposed to come in some parts of the trip and meet me in Vietnam. Was it
a summit or something, like a nomad summit, wasn't it? We were going to go to.
That's right. That's another thing that directed me. My housemate that I live with now, and my good mate as well. We've known each other since I basically started travelling, and he lives with me in this house that I'm in now. And that's where I met him at the Nomad Summit, it was called. And to be honest, looking back at that Nomad Summit, I see how shit it really is because I now how I work. But meeting people there, I suppose, is a good thing for people.
It's half the battle, isn't it?
What is the summit? What's that? What's the Nomad Summit?
So a Nomad, it's called the Nomad Summit. That was the name of it. And basically it was like people, I just found these tickets online. I just found them. I was like, I didn't know what it was.
I remember he sent me it. I'm like, it looked cool, but didn't it? It looked really good. Like the videos, the promo and it was really good.
The reason I like the idea of it is it was people who work on the laptops and don't have a location dependent job. And I'm like, right, okay, so if I can go to this summit, maybe I can learn something like that, I suppose, and go to that and see what I can see. So,
see, touching just going back to before you went away. Remember, like, there was times that you said you come up to and you're like, this is a good idea, and it was like drop shipping and stuff like that. You've always kind of been keen on working online, haven't you? You've been kind of like uncutting the wires for having to, like you said, be like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Committed to working in one place. You can work anywhere. So you went away travelling just because that was like something you've always, because you do it now, don't you? You just work for your laptop constantly. You don't actually have to.
What is it you actually do, Tom?
I've got a couple of businesses at the moment, and I also work with people as well just now. Right. So I had an agency. The agency was doing really well, but then the agency, like I do Facebook marketing for people. I run their ads, so I run people's advertising on Facebooks, and that's everything to get them sales, to get them leads, to get them anything. I've been really successful at that. I've also done drop shipping, which Kenny was talking about, and I've made that really successful as well.
Which drop shipping was that?
So basically, we find a supplier in China, but mostly in China. And they obviously sell really cheap products. They're not cheap as in shite products. They're cheap as in because they manufacture them there. Right. They get them for cheap. And basically, we take their products and I sell them into other countries, and I build a website around about that. And then when, say, for example, you come to my website and you buy a mouse, for example, then I put a markup on the mouse, and then I send the product to you. Right, okay. And I never touch the product. I never touch it. But I'm now kind of shifting away from that as well, where I'm now doing e-commerce, where I'm buying like thousands of these. I own them, and they've got my brand on them, got my logo on them. Right. So we do a lot of different products in now. We've got. I just ordered 5,000 units of a product. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want people to steal it. And that's one of the businesses. The other business that I'm currently in is. And I'm an owner of this business, a part owner, I'm a partner. It's a software business. called Funnel Shoot. That's the name of it. You can go on and check it if anybody wants to go and see it. And what that does is provides analytics for people who do e-commerce. So like, for example, if I want to see my profit, I want to see my revenue, I want to see how many discounts my shop's made, you hook your shop up to this and it shows you all of this stuff without you having to do all the calculations. It basically makes it easy. It's like a big calculator that can track all your sales. So it makes it easy.
Is this FUNNELSHOOT?
Yeah, that's the one. That's my website.
Oh, very well done, mate. That looks proper.
Yeah, that was me who built that. No, it's not Shopify.
Is it? Hey,
No,
I'm just asking a question. That's no that riff-raff.
No, we use Shopify for our stores, but not for this. This is a full software. This is a full developed software. So my business partner, who's probably the smartest guy anyone will ever meet in their life, and is probably the guy who I would say changed my life when I met him as well. But I'm not going to say his name because he likes to keep private as well.
Good. Quite right.
He's a developer as well, so he basically developed all the site, and not that website, but the actual software, the programming site, the programming site.
That's next level genius stuff in it, like all that sort. I just can't get my head on it at all. Obviously, I'm not very technical. Like even the way you're talking, like that just sounds so different. Like if somebody said to me how to start, I would not have the first clue. Even things like social media, like when we've started this, like trying to learn the daft things about social media and stuff like that you can try and utilise, but
there's a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts, a lot of different technologies, and we've got a lot of payments for the different softwares and stuff like that. We've also got we've got staff members on these websites as well, so we've got all these staff members working for us. One of the e-commerce stores have got like 25 staff members on there doing customer service and stuff like that.
Right.
So
that's brilliant. That's
stuff like that.
So you met your flatmate at that Nomad Summit when you first left in December?
That's my housemate. His name's Ray, but he's not my business partner. He's not my business partner.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought
you met.
I met him at the Nomad Summit, and that would have been January 3 years ago, or whenever that was. So that's when I met him at the Nomad Summit.
Is that what made you go, right, well, there's no point in me going home when I could maybe make something and, like you said, live that dream of being able to just work on a laptop and I'm in the middle of Glasgow and you're telling me a website and I can click on it in 2 seconds and it's reachable to anybody.
Exactly. Like
40-hour work weeks.
The way I see it is, if someone else can do it, why can I not do it? That's as simple as that. Everyone's man, everyone's human, everyone. Do you know what I mean? So like, if someone else can make something online work, then why can I not do it? And that's with anything in life. It just takes practice and time, I feel. So that's the way I've seen it, and I've seen firsthand these people. I've seen 20-year-old guys making $100,000 in a month. I've seen more than that. Do you know what I mean? Like profit, that's pure profit. $100,000 profit in a month, and that's not an uncommon thing to see. So like you see stuff like that, and these young people who are just out of high school, some of them making shit tons of money, and even if I thought, like I said, if I can make even cover the same salary that I got as an electrician, do you know what I mean? I'm happy to try something like this. The electrician's never going to go away. Like you said, it's a fallback. I've always got that fallback. I'm never going to lose that. And I still see that like that, which I feel is a bad mindset for me to have because I don't feel I need to ever go back to it. But I still have that mindset as I can go back to being an electrician if I ever need to. And I'm humble and grateful that I can do that as well. I'm very lucky that I can have that opportunity to go back to that. Not a lot of people's got that.
It's a good job, isn't it? Or a trades, that's kind of...
That's a very good job.
An electrician. Everybody needs an electrician, don't they? Because everybody's quite happy to maybe try and do a bit of joinery here and there, or like build a wall, but electricity's scary, man. It scares me.
It's a good living as well.
Definitely. So after you'd went to... Sorry, Kenny, you going to say something?
No, on you go, mate. You charge on. You take
I was going to say, so you went to Bangkok first?
Yeah.
How long were you living there then before you'd moved on somewhere else?
I was in Bangkok for I think 3 weeks or 2 weeks maybe.
Right.
I think I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe 10 days or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But I went to Bangkok and then I went to Phuket, which is in Thailand still. Yep. I flew to Phuket. I stayed in Phuket for 2 or 3 weeks again. And then it was Vietnam, which where Kenny was supposed to meet me in Vietnam.
Aye.
I went there, and then when I went for Vietnam, I went to Hong Kong. I stayed in Hong Kong for a couple of weeks, and then I went to Chiang Mai, which was back in Thailand. And then from Thailand, I stayed in Chiang Mai for a good few months actually, because I met like my mates there. I met new people there from the Nomad Summit and stuff like that, and I met people like that. And then like I was at this point, I'm still not doing anything online. Right. I'm kind of drinking a lot, partying a lot. I was partying every night, almost every night, out drinking, on Tinder, all that shit.
How was Tinder? What was that like?
Easy. It's fine. Just the same as anywhere else, isn't it?
That's Tam living like Tommy California. That's Sizzle or Ego and Night
Tommy California.
See if you had have you any one story or anything that sticks out for your time travelling? Is there anything that kind of?
There's a few actually. I'm trying to think of one that's suitable here. I don't want to make myself look bad. I suppose that time we went to. There's been so much crazy shit. I'll say a nice one. I don't want to go down the route of saying bad stuff, because I've done crazy stuff as well. But I'll say a nice one. We actually went to. This is quite recently, but it was probably one of the coolest trips I've been on. We went to Komodo Islands, where the Komodo dragon lives, basically Komodo dragons, and we done stuff like scuba dive with manta rays. Like massive manta rays, like probably like 5 meters big. So we're literally under these things in the ocean. And turtles, swam with turtles, and then we seen the Komodo dragons. We went to a beach that was pink. The sand was pink.
Pink?
And it was pink sand. It was like something from the. I think it was something to do with some chemical in the water that changed the sand color. So the sand was like, it was like a full-on pink beach, and I was like. When I was there, you know what I'm like, Kenny? I'm like, it's not going to be pink. It's not going to be pink.
I know.
It's a lot of shite.
That's just a selling point. They're just selling that to get his own trip.
I'm like, that photo's been photoshopped on the leaflet. And we get there and it's actually pink. I'm like, all right, fair play. It is a pink beach. So,
but I wouldn't believe it. I thought that. Aye.
So things like that.
Were you not worried about swimming with? Is it a stingray that killed Steve Irwin? It no a manta ray.
It's a stingray. A manta ray is well bigger than a stingray. This thing's huge. It's like almost the size of a car over the top of it. It's so big. We got that. I've actually got footage of that full trip. Like I was talking about the vlog thing. I've got all that trip completely recorded. Me and Ray as well, my housemate, we are talking about doing another cool thing probably in the next week or two. We're hiring really nice motorbikes, like old classic motorbikes with the gear shift on them and stuff. And we're going to do a full loop of Bali. So it's probably take us like 5 days to drive right around Bali. And Bali's got hundreds of cool shit on it. Really nice spots in Bali. So you'll basically be driving through the jungles, driving past like blue oceans and shit like that. So
they do that in Vietnam, didn't they? You can take a week and you can go from one end to the other. So it's a similar thing, aye.
That's a pop. Ray's done that, what you just said.
Has he?
Done. Aye, for Vietnam. I've not done that.
What made you eventually settle in Bali then? How long have you actually been there?
I've been here now for 2 years, probably yesterday, I think it was.
No way.
2 years, a couple of days ago or something like that. Very close to now.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. It's been stressful. I was in a relationship was one reason, I suppose. I met somebody here, and we're now split up. I was with her for about a year.
Right.
So she's Indonesian, and she's half Indonesian, half Japanese. So really cool mix, I suppose.
Aye. How's your language skills now?
Quite good. I can speak quite a bit of Indonesian now. I'm seeing somebody else. I'm seeing somebody else now, and she teaches me quite a lot.
Brilliant.
So kind of learn. She teaches me how to say a lot of stuff. So it's cool.
No, just bad words. Like good.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't teach me bad words.
No,
she's a nice girl.
Nice
she's
girl.
Different from me.
She's good for Tommy.
She is. She's better for the mind.
See the visa.
Sorry, mate, on you go.
My question was well better, mate. Right. Hold on. What's your visa situation like? Because I know with Thailand you can only be there for 30 days and you need to leave you go back. Vietnam,
Yeah.
it's a bit more difficult to get a visa. So what's the story with that?
The coronavirus situation is actually helping that, to be honest. Usually you only get 1 month and you can extend it for another month, and then you need to fly out to somewhere. I don't think it's technically not really allowed, but everybody does it. But because of the coronavirus, they've basically shut the border and no one can leave. You can leave, but it's very, very hard. You need to get a test and you need to go to the doctor and get the doctor to sign you off. But the airport just opened up. I think it was maybe like a couple of weeks ago, but before that couple of weeks, it was completely shut. So the visa office right now has stopped all visas. So you don't even need to have a visa at the moment. But nobody can get in. I mean, it's not like you can come to Bali and not get a visa.
So what did you? I was going to say that. Yeah.
It's actually not that bad as what people. It's not as bad as what I hear from the UK. I don't know, but I know a lot of stuff shut down. There was stuff shutting down here, right. But there was still certain things open. The beaches were all closed actually, so the beaches have just opened back up. I think maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
So the beaches are now open, but it's not that bad. You don't hear a lot. I'm working during the day, and then I'm going to the gym, and then I'm kind of just in a routine anyway. The only thing I done was go to the beach.
That's the only thing.
I didn't go out as much. I didn't really go out as much as what I used to go out. I used to go out quite a lot, and then I've stopped drinking as well. I've not drank for a good few months now. I think that's over 6 months. Over 4 months.
See, I've seen it as if it's up your feet. There's people out there who never.
It was a feat, to be honest. For me, it was. I was a fucking party animal for a while, and it was bad. Like I put on a lot of weight. With it. I was drinking so much, and you drink Bintang. That's the local beer here, so it's quite cheap for that as well.
Beer that up. See, you just because you hear quite a lot of things like Indonesia, especially Bali, with like earthquakes and all that sort of stuff. You ever experienced anything like that out there?
I have. I've been in an earthquake. It's not. The volcano's also erupted while I was here. The volcano's erupted, and I've had an earthquake. I had one earthquake, and it maybe lasted like 6 seconds or something like that, or 10 seconds. And I remember being in my room, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, and I got up at this was when I was living somewhere else. I wasn't living in this place, and I jumped out of my bed. And at that time, I was staying in a guest house. I wasn't staying in like my own villa. This is my own villa now. But I was staying in a guest house, and I jumped out of my room. And I had my boxer shorts on, and I go outside, and this Russian surfer guy with all his fucking hair everywhere comes out, and he goes, "Was that an earthquake?" And I'm like, that was an earthquake, man. All the fucking alarms are going off everywhere and shit like that. He just woke up. But that was when I experienced that one. It was quite scary, to be honest. I don't know why. The first thing I think is the roof's going to fall in at earthquakes. I'm like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
What about the volcano? That must have been pretty fucking terrifying.
The volcano, it's quite far away from me, but it went off and like the ash was in there. But it never it wasn't a full eruption. It was just like I don't know what the fuck you call it, but it wasn't like a full lava flowing and stuff like that. But it shut the airport down for a couple of days and stuff like that. So nothing crazy.
No, just an earthquake and a volcano going off.
It's not killed anybody, put it that way.
That's wild, isn't it? When you think of these things, you think of like see if you see the movies and they let people run out their rooms and run under tables and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing I imagine when you think of like an earthquake and a volcano. You just see big scary volcanic rocks.
Instead, you Russian stuff.
He was next door. He was just fucking came out with his hair all a mess and never even knew what the hell happened.
Carrying a surfboard like that. What's going on?
That was cool.
So, have you met many Scottish people in your travel? Because you've the way you've travelled is completely different for the way I've done it, and it's still even different for the way Keezy's more. Was saying that Keezy's in an English-speaking country, whereas you're definitely not. Have you met many Scottish people? No. No, to be honest. I remember, this is another weird story, when I was in Chiang Mai. You never believe this. There's a good burger spot in Chiang Mai, and they do like these little mini burgers. Anyway, that's a completely different topic. They done burgers. You need to try these burgers.
Everyone needs to go here. If you go to Thailand, you go to this burger place. But so I went to there, and I turned up, and I was with my mate Cara. Cara's a girl I know. from Chiang Mai. She stays there with her boyfriend, but me and her at the time were really close, me and Cara, and we were always out drinking together. Crazy, basically. That was probably the craziest times when I was with her. And we went to this burger van and we turn up. There's 3 guys there, 2 guys, and they're speaking. And I'm like, "Are you from Scotland?" And he goes, "Oh, I am from Scotland." I'm like, "Which part of Glasgow?" I'm like, "Oh, what's your name?" "Thomas." I'm like, "Oh, all right, I'm Thomas and I'm from Glasgow as well." The next guy goes, "What did you just say there?" And I go, "I said I'm from Scotland." And he goes, "I'm from Scotland as well." And he goes, "Oh, what's your name?" He goes, "Thomas." And I'm like, "No fucking way." So 3 Thomases for Glasgow all at this burger van. That's how popular the burger van is.
It's such a aye.
3 times.
So we were all, the 3 of us were there. I know.
3 times out the burger van.
And that's the funny thing. I think that was one of the only Scottish people that I met. The other Scottish person that I met said he's going to kick my head in if I talked to him or something like that. And I was like, all right, see you later.
Going to kick you. That's pure Scottish, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that. It was in Thailand as well.
Where are you from? Scotland? So, man, I'm going to battle you.
I said, I'm for, he said he's for Edinburgh. And I'm like, I'm for Glasgow. And he's like, this is why I left Scotland. I'm like, what? I said it.
They stopped Thomas's because there was 3's.
To stop people talking to you. That was that karaoke bar, that one.
Oh, I bet you were popular there.
I thought I was. They were sort of just looking at me going, there was a Scottish guy.
So a night out like in Bali, and it's different in it. Feel like a night out back home. Like, there's no as many. Well, you need to wear this, I need to wear that. Or you worry about going here or going there or doing that. You can just go and just enjoy yourself, and it's kind of like sounds a bit cheesy, but it's kind of like everybody love everybody in a sense. Apart from when you meet people from Edinburgh.
Aye, and I was in Thailand. I met that guy. It's Thailand, but it's a bit different. It depends on where you go as well. To be honest, there's all different places in Bali. There's places on the beach. There's places in the city. It's not really a city. I say city. It's not like Glasgow. It's just like the middle of the place. Aye, like the town centre, I suppose, or something like that. Like these places are like quite popular clubs. So you can go to any place. Some of them don't let you in with flip-flops on though. Do you know what I mean? So you need to put on shoes. Long sleeve. Some of them make you wear a long sleeve, which I don't understand why. Because
that is weird. That's weird.
Aye, and you can pay the bouncers to skip in and stuff like that. Like, can you? Yeah. Aye, I get caught once and get fucking flung out for paying the bouncer. The guy never gave me my money back either.
I wouldn't give your money back either.
Thinking I'm Billy Big Boss. Like, hey, you go, that's 200k, mate. 200k sounds like a lot in Glasgow. It's not 200k. It's like £10 or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
check you out, man.
And he kicked me out. I had to wait in the queue.
You had to wait in the queue and then get in?
I waited in the queue, man. And then after he's just like, he's laughing. I came to the front with a thumbs up. Fucking arsehole.
He's not telling him back.
I actually asked him for a ban. He's like, what are you talking about? The classic.
Moan, mate. Just keys it, So, when did you eventually come home for the first time?
I came back. I've not been back in a year and 6 months now. I've not been back that long. I came back February 2019 for my mum's 50th. And at that time,
you'd been back before
that was the first. Oh no! Sorry, the first time that I came back. No, I came back. I'll tell you what happened. I ran out of money. Out of money. When I was traveling.
I remember that now. Aye. I remember you came back and
I wasn't working on. No. I went to London to work.
You went to London.
Yeah.
And you were doing mad horrible hours, weren't you? And getting paid loads of pennies, loads of pennies.
I worked my arse off, man. People think they work hard and they don't have a clue what hard work is. That's what I hear people crying. I've been working at 9. Oh, shut up, man. You don't know what hard work is. You need to give yourself a shake. Sometimes, like, that period, I done 21 days in a row, 14-hour shifts and night shift. 21 days in a row.
What were you doing?
Remember that?
Sparky work on Thingy Stadium, Tottenham's new stadium.
Oh, right, okay.
So I worked on that, and the reason that I was working on that so much was because I now had made my mind up. Like, I don't need to do this anymore. Like, I've seen people who are doing what I want to do, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to fucking make it work this time. Yeah. And that's the approach that I will use my Sparky work for every time. I think I don't feel like I'm like going to be a spark like for full time
in the future.
No, I might need to go. I might need to touch wood that I don't need to. I'm financially stable now, but you never know what happens. You know what I mean? You never know what can happen. Like this Corona shit's probably sunk so many businesses. It's unbelievable. I've been fine. It's actually helped my business quite a lot, to be honest.
Social media.
But, So, but that's what I went back then, and I came back for I think like 2 months, and I worked like that 21 days.
You still had your car in that, didn't you? You still had your car at the time, and
I came back and I bought a BMW. Like a fucking idiot.
What did you have before you left? Did you not have a BMW before you left? But
no. That's I came back and I bought that.
You had a Focus before you left.
Yeah, that was the one that I sold when I was with you. I bought that.
So you did.
I had that.
I've still got the wee green turtle. The wee green turtle you had in your keys. I've still got that. Right. Keys.
The Kinder Egg turtle.
Remember
we had to do the fake service and shit like that to get the price up for the.
That's right.
Done fake services.
They might chase you down now.
Oh
big Arnold Clark. Remember that real service you got?
It wasn't Arnold Clark.
Who was it? Was it somewhere in the town, wasn't it?
It was one of the ones like Arnold Clark, but it wasn't Arnold Clark. One of the guys. What they call it?
Or something like that.
It was Evans Halshaw. That was actually the one.
Is that who it was?
Peter Vardy.
Peter Vardy. One of them.
I don't know. One of the guys. But he offered me more money if I had a service book with it, so obviously I printed one off.
Found one.
Got an extra 400. Got an extra 400 quid. So obviously, I'm going to pay £2 to print a book.
Especially get that. So what did you find? Right, so that's your first time back, but it wasn't really. You came back.
I came back with a complete mindset to leave.
Get out.
I came back with that mindset. Yeah, that was it. I had now made my decision. Like, I do not want to live here, and that means anything. If I need to sell my house, I will willingly sell my house. Anything. I knew now that I didn't want to go back to that sort of. No, I didn't want to go back to that environment.
What's the word we're looking for here? There is a
I just felt like I just wanted more. I think that's what I wanted. I wanted to try other stuff, and that's what I wanted to do. So.
Came back, you went away, and you said you came back last year.
I came back from my mum's birthday.
I remember you came back from my birthday because I phoned you, and that was that night. I was just going to meet you, Gav, and we were only going out for a couple of drinks, and you were meeting people for DW Sports.
Oh, from old work. That's right. We went to
that Panther milk place. And it was horrible.
Aye, that's brilliant.
It was horrible. Time they sell you a cocktail. It's milk. It's just horrible.
So there's a White Russian.
It's not. It's kind of, I suppose.
A White Russian with extra alcohol, like different types of alcohol, and
there's a bar in
it's disgusting.
Tobacco or something like that in Glasgow. It's down one of the wee lanes, but right at the back of it, there's a separate bar called the Panther Milk Bar. Nice. So, and all they sell is this Panther milk. So I can't remember what's in it, right? But it's loads of booze, and they sell it in these big litre milk bottles. So you have to wait. It's only open between like 8 and 12 or something like that. So
Jesus Christ.
So you go in and it's like there's no lights. It's all dark. It's just candles. There's just one wee bar. It's a tenner for a bottle, and there's like sometimes it changes every time you go in. So sometimes they'll have like milk. Mint flavour, then it'll be like caramel flavour, but so I went through about 4 bottles there or something like that.
Horrible. And you're not outside, so you're not getting any fresh air, and there's no windows, and
turns to cheese in your stomach.
That's me. I should have that. I came up. No, it was horrible. It should never have got to that. It was disgusting. So I got up the road, and I was in the toilet. And I hadn't long had my wee girl. I was being sick. Oil the floor, oil the sink, oil the toilet. And Paula got up and she came in and she videoed me, like the state I was in. Like you see, jeans were around my ankles, the head was covered in sick. It stunk of cheese so bad. Like, horrible. That should be an advert for nobody drinking. Nobody go there. Let's boycott it, man, because it was a good night. Oh, it will be. No doubt.
I really knew, but
so they've created that sort of like a scarcity because only so many people can get in it. There's only like 6 tables, and only 4 people can sit at a table. So there's like, we need to try and get in it. So they've done well.
Brilliant, man.
Just 2 guys, just 2 kids, no 2 kids, 2 guys who've rented that space. 2 wee Waynes just to say, do you want full fat? Do you want full fat?
Got all wee boys.
Semi-skimmed?
Got all wee boys.
Get these Waynes in here and we'll get them in our bed with hot milk. Aye, so your first time coming back for almost 50, how did you find it? Did you enjoy it? Like, obviously you did enjoy it seeing your mum for a birthday and that, but was it a different vibe for the first time you came back because you were
it was definitely
back for a holiday? It wasn't back for anything other than to see your family, which was good.
It was definitely different. It was. I went back to my old bedroom though. Like I had my own flat and stuff, so I went back to it, and they put a fucking single bed in there. And at this point, I'm living in these big nice villas and stuff in Bali, and I'm like coming back to this. And I had my own swimming pools and shit like that, and my villas and cleaners and shit like that. And I'm like, come back to this single room, and I'm like, fuck.
A tiny wee box room.
It was tiny, and it was full of everything. Like everything was in there, like so much. They just put so much storage stuff in it. And but it was probably some of the best. I don't know. I just felt like I was home for a bit. Do you know what I mean? That's what it felt like. So it was good.
Do you feel as if you're no home? Like, do you just have this wee feeling sometimes that you're still on a holiday or something like that? Or
100%. I feel like it's going to sound so fucking cheesy, but I don't feel like anywhere's my home. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I feel like if I come to Scotland, I feel just the same now. So like, I don't feel like I've really got somewhere that I call home anymore. I'd probably say that I say Bali has been my home for the last 2 years now, but it's like this has been up. Like it's not like everything's just went well. Do you know what I mean? I went through some fucking crazy shit when I was in Bali as well. Like I almost ran out of money as well. I almost ran out of fucking money, and it's like it was not fun. I had split up with my business partners. I just split up with my girlfriend. I'm sitting there and I'm thinking I've got no fucking money left. I'm like, oh my god, what the hell did I do? Do you know what I mean?
What was the toughest time? So what was your hardest time?
That time I remember I was.
What were you doing? Were you just still being able to? Did you still be able to live in the villa and stuff like that, or were you thinking, I'm running out of money here, I need to go?
I left the villa at that point. So as I said, I came back from Scotland thinking I'm fucking Billy Big Boss. I'm living such a nice villa, and then I come back, and my business partner at that time, I had 2 business partners. One of them was actually the guy who I live with now, Ray, and we done quite well in our business. We done quite well, but at that time I was still learning a lot, and I'm still learning. But at that time I hardly knew nothing. So we were making so much sales. Like we done 80 grand in sales in like 2 months, just to give you an example. That's when I'm first starting, by the way. But we made no money off of it. This is no brilliant. That's the difference. We made no money because exactly we never calculate the margins right and stuff like that. So that's why. But the time that you asked was the worst was when I split up with and my other business partner. Things weren't working. We were spending so much fucking money trying to get stuff to work. And then I split with my girlfriend, and I remember just staying in my bed in this guest house, shitty guest house, by the way, on my own. My business partner had left. My other business partner had left. So after living in this really nice villa, I went down to this place. And this place was probably like £150 a month, £200 a month to live in. So you can imagine what it's like.
What it looked like.
And I was in there, and I remember thinking, fuck, I'm going to have to go back and do these 21 days in a row again, you know what I mean? or something like that. That was lucky that I got that, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to go bust my ass again to do this. And then eventually I just gave my fucking self a slap in the face, and I was like, right, get up and do something, you know what I mean? Just try and figure something out. And then I made the agency, and the agency worked really well the first month. And then from that, it's just been plain sailing now. So that was like a year and a half ago.
Do you say the agency? What are you doing with that? Can you talk about it, or do you know what to talk about?
I can talk about it. It's on hold at the moment, but because I'm working on other stuff like the software and stuff like that. The agency is like, for example, let's say you guys come to me and say I want more listeners for my podcast. Mm-hmm. Like I could easily get more listeners to your podcast, but I'd obviously you'd need to pay me for that. I'd be like your employee. You know what I mean? But let's say, for example, or let's look at it another way. Let's say you've got a shop, let's say you open up an online shop and it's got your products on there, like your t-shirts and stuff like that. People hire me to run all their advertising and create their advertising and make them money basically. And the goal is to cover my costs with their marketing money as well as make them money on top. So the people who I work for have got to have money to spend. Do you know what I mean? Like people can't date with a little bit of money.
I need you spend money to make money in a sense, innit? Because it goes back to it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You still find stuff interesting? Is there anything new that you're thinking that you want to do apart from stuff you said you can't mention? But
every day, man. Every day I try to find something. Every day I'm always coming up with shit. That's what Ray always says to me, like, you need to stop fucking thinking shit. And every day I'm learning stuff as well. Like it's something I've actually thought about in the last month or so. Like I thought, why when we were at school did we, like, if you think about when you're at school, you went to school at 9 o'clock in the morning or whenever it was, and you finished at 4 o'clock, whenever it was. And that full day at school, you learned all day. That was like how many hours it was. Like, let's just say it was 6, including your lunch and shit like that, whatever. And now when we got older, we just choose to stop fucking doing it. We choose to stop learning. So that's what I do as well every day. When
you're at school, you're not taught things that you should be taught. Like, you're never taught about business. You're never taught about like percentages and what you could, maybe be creative. I feel they take that away from you, and they push you towards just working keeping that same routine, working maybe 8 till 4 or 9 till 3 or whatever you do, and that's what keeps the world turning in a sense for these people who you're kind of taught. They're not teaching you how to be an entrepreneur. Like, that's what you're essentially being. You're creating a job and doing it very successfully. So there's something to be said for that, because you're probably working just as many hours, really, aren't you? Because you're learning.
I work way more than the average person. Way more. That's what people don't see. People see my Instagram post and it looks like I'm fucking doing amazing, but I probably literally work 90% of my waking day. So the second I wake up, I'm doing something. Although it might not seem, because people see work as, when you go to work, like for example, if you work in a supermarket, just for talking sake, you go to work, you're standing behind that till for X amount of hours. That's you working. No, working is you doing anything that's going to help you in some sense to make more money, in my opinion. For example, this podcast you're doing, you might not see it as work because you enjoy it. The same way I enjoy my work. I enjoy what I do. Do you know what I mean? That's still technically work. You're just not working like the conventional work that people talks about.
I think that's in the next 10 years, but there's a big shift towards people.
It's already happening. This coronavirus is going to push it even more. People are starting to make businesses every day. Like people here I can see people here making like different, like making baking cakes and stuff like that and selling them online. And I think does Paula know do something like that? Am I right in saying that?
Paula's doing that. She's making
that's
biscuits
what I mean.
And stuff like that. And even the online PT and that Joe Wicks, he's made a hell of a lot of money out of this. With that PE.
Joe Wicks is one of the biggest entrepreneurs to come out in the last 10 years, man. The guy's a genius. And he's a marketing genius. His brother's a marketing genius. His brother's the guy who does all the marketing. Yeah. He's a fucking genius.
It was his brother that came up with that idea. His brother definitely thought it,
No, I don't know what the story is, but he's definitely smart.
He definitely did. And me and Gav run this whole thing. This is the truth. Nothing is a lie in this place. So it was definitely Joe Wicks' brother. It's just that Joe Wicks is a fit, healthy lad, and put him in front of the camera.
But that's what it's like. It's good, man. And everything will change. Like, I reckon everything's going to go more towards that direction in the future.
We used to talk about cryptocurrency a lot, didn't we? Do you just patch that one together, or do you think that's the coronavirus is going to help that?
I don't personally believe in it, to be honest. I thought it was get quick rich. Personally, I don't see it as being around for too long. I don't really know much about it, to be honest. I know hundreds of people here will fucking argue with me until they're blue in the face, especially in Bali. You've got crypto millionaires everywhere. Personally, I look at numbers. I'm a numbers guy, and that's what I do. I look at data constantly. Facebook ads provides me with data. My software's analytical. Mm-hmm. It's not anywhere near as analytical as what it should be, but it is. And numbers to me is you either buy a lot of something and maybe get rich off of it, or you don't. Like, there's no really calculation in crypto. I don't believe. Maybe someone can prove me wrong. I just don't see it being valuable. Buy it and hold it and see what happens, I suppose. That's the way I look at it. Buy it and hold it.
Because of the coronavirus stuff, I don't remember the last time I held money. I feel like it's becoming a cashless society. And then there's everybody shows you like obviously you see, you show the data and you see like the dollar is becoming more and more worthless. The pound, especially because it's helping everybody out with. But I know you do stocks as well. You've had a look at that. Like
Recently, because again, I'm not any expert on this. I just put my money into some places. Do you know what I mean? Rather than like
holding
waste
on
it.
you try and get your money to make money. So you're trying to do.
I try and make my money to make money. As some of the people who you see is cash is trash. That's one of the things you hear a lot. Cash, I don't believe that, but that's like you hear cash is trash. Put it in fucking something. So yeah, you shouldn't have just like a bank account holding all your money. You should have it trying to make money for you somewhere. That's what people believe, at least. I don't do that with everything because I'm too fucking scared to lose money.
Especially the market's crashed again, man. The market's crashed again. Like,
the market's
for a bit there, and know that
the market's definitely crashed.
So you see,
I made an investment a few months ago and it's went up by 10%, which is quite good for a couple of months.
It's good for especially for the like, stock market. Not a lot of money.
I'm just dipping my toes in there though. Do you know what I mean? I'm not absolutely not any expert. Do not take fucking. I'm just testing it. I'm testing the water. That's what I'm doing. I'm testing. See if I can just put a little bit here and there and see what happens with it. So I've got the money just to sit in certain places.
That's what you've done with most things, haven't you? That's how you've kind of got to where you are, by trying and testing things and going out, what did I learn for that, and then going back and kind of reanalyzing
that was like
a different strategy.
Like drop shipping, like you kind of dabbled in drop shipping. I remember when we were first starting drop shipping. I'm like,
remember we had that big whiteboard and we wrote all this stuff out, and then we went to McDonald's for a coffee and we went sitting up till like 3 a.m. trying to figure out drop shipping, and Cam just disappears and figures it out in 10 minutes.
I remember like thinking about my expectations were in drop shipping, and like thinking, I might be able to do, like, for example, $20 a day, like make $20 a day in sales. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I can make $20 a day, I can make X amount back. And like, I've gone way, 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 way beyond what I thought was possible with it. And I'm not even anywhere near as good as some of the people who I meet, because it's the fundamentals. It's marketing. It comes down to marketing. It becomes how to make a good advert, how to speak to your customers, how to write good copy, like what you're writing on your pages. So that's what I've been really focusing in on, is not being a drop shipper, but being a marketer, like being good at marketing.
Amazon do that, the FDA thing as well now, didn't they?
FBA?
Is it B? Sorry. They're trying to pull everything kind of back towards them as opposed to...
I think you do FDA. Is FDA one as well? I don't know. FBA, fulfilled by Amazon.
You might be right. You're certainly very educated.
They do that. A lot of people do that as well. Yeah, that's another big one that a lot of people do. I've met people doing that who make thousands off of that. I'm not really interested in that.
Nah.
My main one is the software. I'm trying to focus on, because if that works, then it's game over. I
don't remember when you mentioned that to me, because you were saying selling a product can only be sold so many times, but selling software that develops over time can be sold forever. Remember you saying that?
Products can be sold as many times as well.
It's just there's only so many products. You can only sell. China's not got that many.
I just, like, during the Black Friday week, the Black Friday month. Like we done, just to give you an example, close to $3 million in sales in that month.
Wow, man!
Just to give you an example. That's not my company. That's the company that I work for. That's the guys who I work for. It's not just my stores. That's like a combination. There's 4 of us in that company. I'm not an owner of that. That's not me. I just work for these guys. Like that was. I'm basically doing the marketing for certain stuff for them. But that gives you an example of how big it can become. And that's like one product on one store.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah,
that's
one
amazing,
product.
man.
And it's you find one thing that sells, and then you just smash it with ads.
Ramp it up.
Yeah. Just to give you an example.
That's amazing.
See how big the numbers can achieve.
So what's going to be happening in the future for you then? You're going to stick with your program, you're going to stick with your agency, and the other things you've got going on, you're going to stick with Bali, or is it you want to see anywhere else in the world? Or?
I'll be in Bali for at least the next 5-6 months. 5-6 months. I plan on going to Japan, seeing Japan.
Japan.
Egypt is another one I want to go to. I want to go diving in Egypt and see the pyramids. That sounds so fucking...
Have you got a big bucket list? How
I sound like a total dick. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm being a show off.
No, definitely not. Like,
that's what I want to see. Though. I really want to go to Japan.
That's the pure Scottish in you coming out there, innit? Oh, I sound daft saying what I'd like to do. Daft.
That's what I'd like to see.
Good. You'll be able to do that, and you can, as you see, you can just open up your laptop, make a few more.
I've got the tickets booked for them already. The flight tickets.
Have you? Good.
I bought this special ticket. It lets me fly from Kuala Lumpur to anywhere, as many times as I want in a year. It's an Air Asia ticket. It was for the 20th anniversary or some shit like that, and I bought that. So like I can fly anywhere I want from Kuala Lumpur as many times as I want for a year. I paid for the ticket. The ticket was only $160 or something like that. Quite cheap.
Wow, that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. So I can fly to Japan basically. As soon as this shit goes away, do you know what I mean?
Aye, they've probably made they've made a lot of money after that because nobody's been able to fly for 3 months. So
yeah, well they extended it. They extended it.
Did they?
I had extended it for the last 3 months, which is good as well. Actually, I wasn't expecting to do that. Who've
had to wait back here? They're flying out to Dubai or wherever they're going with TUI, and they're like, you need to wait. It might be okay, and they're packing their bags the night before, and they've got to the airport. No, it's cancelled. Because you don't want to pay. You need to pay, or you lose 40% of your holiday. Whereas there's companies out there, you'd lose 40% if you said, I'm just cancelling it. But if you need to go to the airport and spend the money there. Whereas there's cool places out there like AirAsia who go, no, that's cool, man, we'll extend that.
They extended it.
That's amazing.
So
what about Australia? You're not going to go to Australia and see Keezy when he goes back? No.
Nah, Australia doesn't interest me.
Nah.
I like... Again, I don't want to sound like a dick, but I like places that are a bit cultured. Do you know what I mean? Like I like to
different.
Something different that I've not really seen. Do you know what I mean? Australia is like a very Western country.
It is definitely. What did you? Japan, between Thailand and Vietnam, there's Thailand's quite westernised there, and then you go to Vietnam. I found that it was like a pure culture shock.
Vietnam was. That was probably the cheapest place I've been to. Was Vietnam? Like
is it cheaper than Bali?
Very cheap. Bali's the most expensive.
Is it?
Bali's the most, I guess, by far, man. By far. Bali's more expensive than the UK.
No way.
Yeah, like it's just as expensive. Well, like for example,
like property or something, or
properties more expensive. No, properties. Like renting, for example, like this place is costing. This place costs like $1,000 a month, £1,500 a month.
It tells you your financial situation, what you're paying for things.
Yeah, but like for example, like a meal, if you go out for a burger or something like that, £10 a burger and chips. Or like between $5 and but if you go back home, you can go to Wetherspoons and get a pint and a beer for £5. £5. If they're my favourite. That's what I'm looking forward to when I come back. Straight to Wetherspoons for the onion rings. 2 minutes, by the way. My laptop's going to die. So give me 2 minutes, all right? Sorry to cut the podcast.
That's cool, man. I thought Bali was pure cheap. But
I thought that's why all these people went there.
I think there probably certain parts because I know Jamie, my boss, he went to Bali about 2 years ago or last year, and he was saying it was like so cheap, but obviously it was that certain parts and
certain areas. No, Singapore. Did you go to Singapore, Thomas?
I've been to Singapore as well. That's even more expensive than Bali.
Aye, I know that.
Singapore's really probably the most expensive place I've been, actually.
Aye. That's what I've always, anybody who I've ever spoke to who's done like a hell of a lot of places in Asia, they've went Singapore's like super clean though, innit? Like,
oh, very. I've never. Singapore seems fake. Singapore's an interesting place. Have you seen that? It's kind of famous.
2 towers with the boat.
Exactly. I went to that. I went to that with my ex-girlfriend, and I went to the top. I went right to the top, and I'm like, I'll have 2 beers, Beck's beer, $29 a beer. A beer, $29. It's just like 60, just under like $58 or something like that, $55. I'm like,
either
what?
Way, aye.
Like, if I get a 4-course meal for that, do you know what I mean?
Definitely, aye. You get somewhere to live for a week, depending on where you are. Could you walk across that boat? Was that a thing, or is it?
It's huge. It's huge. Oh, it's humongous. That's all restaurants and stuff up the top there, and a nightclub, and that full building is like a hotel, and it's got all nightclubs at the bottom and stuff like that. And
I thought the big boat,
casinos.
I thought the boat that kind of held it together was just a showpiece. I thought it was just.
Oh no, that's like
very functional.
Stuff in there. Yeah. It doesn't sail though. It doesn't sail. They can't take it off.
No, they can't put it back. No. At least it's done more than the Titanic's done anyway. Jesus. That's mad. So when are you coming back home then? When will people be able to contact you and see your beautiful face?
People can contact me. People can contact me anytime they want. I'm happy to jump on a call with anybody. I like hearing from people. To be honest, I like hearing from people back home. So
that's something
nice.
I've not made an effort with at all, man.
Nah, you don't want to speak to me, man. You don't want to speak to me and I'll come on the podcast.
No. So, mate, don't do that.
I'm only kidding. I don't know, to be honest. I really don't know because of this whole coronavirus situation as well. What I am predicting is there's going to be another shutdown in the UK. That's what I'm predicting.
I think so. I think there might be something like maybe not this long, but I think they're talking the way things are going. There might be a spike in winter because the way the virus is, it likes damp conditions and cold conditions. It thrives in that sort of environment. Yeah.
That's what I see happening. So I would have liked to have come back for Christmas, but I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
Because if you come back, you might be worried about being able to go back somewhere as well.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I don't want to be stuck in my mum and dad's spare room in the single mattress for 4 months, going crazy. Do you know what I mean?
I know. It's all fine and good being able to work for your laptop, but you don't want to be trapped in somewhere and having to.
Yeah, well, we've made this. Our house here, for example, like we made we've got this desk that I'm sitting on. We bought this big table, so we made our living room's quite big. But this is like part of the living room, and we've made it into like an office space, and like this is a computer chair that I bought and stuff. So like my 2 monitors and stuff. So we're set up to work here. Do you know what I mean? I work from this place.
So you've got a pool in your office?
The pool's right behind me.
I see.
Now you can see it.
We can definitely see it, mate. Or is a TV? And is that the reflection? Oh, it says on your screen.
That's a reflection. That's a reflection. Reflection.
Silly boy.
So this is like this full back wall here opens right up to like a full open area, and the TV and the kitchen stuff's out there. So, and then the 2 rooms are here and here. So, and it's a really nice area we live in as well. So it's quite good here.
It seems
so
like
I don't really want to. I don't want to gear up to come back and live in a single bedroom. Although I sound like a dickhead again, but I'd really like to come back and see my mates and my family and stuff like that. I've not been back for quite a long time.
Then you come back and then everybody's
annoy everybody, and I'm like, fuck everybody, I'm away.
Look at these pictures I've got, man. Look, I'm away back to my pool. You go back to your bed and sit in the house for 14 days. Down to Sainsbury's is the highlight of your day. No, fuck Tommy.
To be honest, it's too cold to go in the pool now, so it's not hot.
Oh, that's good then.
Dilemma,
hard life. He's lost touch with the common man, Thomas, isn't he?
I say, I'm not coming back.
So, anything else you want to add? Is there anything else you wanted to say that we've not said? Or?
No. Just come on for a quick chat and speak to the two of you. It's good to see the two of you doing this as well.
It's
something I listen to a lot of podcasts, like a lot. It's something that I actually listen to.
Actually, I've just thought of something. Tam, have you listened to any of your ones?
I listened to like the first half of Casey's one.
So that's where we get the one listener from Indonesia, remember?
That was me.
I put that together when we were talking about it. I remembered.
I think I started listening to another one. I don't know what one it was. I listened to like the starter one, and I listened to the half of Keys' one, and I had to get back to work because I was fucking procrastinating like I always do. I'm always dotting about and listening to half a podcast here, and then listening to fucking half a training video here, and then I'm like, I'm not getting anything done. So.
Right,
well,
mate, really appreciate you.
And talk about your next ventures or how you're getting on.
That'd be good. I think karma might come for me now and take me back down to ground zero. I'll be back down to 21 shifts in a row again.
No, never.
I don't mind it. It's a good shift.
It's a great shift, night shift, middle
get
of
a hustle in. Get the hustle in. and that also, just to give you an idea, the bed in fucking London was snapped. That was living on me. It was like that.
Pure
I was
humbled.
literally sleeping like that. Like, oh, fucking hell, man.
All the blood, wake up with pure pins and needles in your feet.
And it was roasting. It was that summer we had so much heat, man. And I was in this little box room in London, an Airbnb, paying £200 a week because it's so expensive in London. I was like,
You've done well, man. You've lived all the ups and downs and the middles of the working man, haven't you?
That's it.
Pretty much living the dream, anyway. Eh? Wake up.
I hope it just. I just hope it doesn't get taken away from me too soon. You know what I mean? I can change any day. Mate. Everybody just needs to keep their head in and see what's good for them.
Exactly, mate.
Okay, we'll wrap up here then.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thanks for coming on, Tommy, and it was always lovely to see your face.
You too. Thanks for having me.
No worries, mate. Take care.